The topic for today's video will be more is not the answer. It's just not. And what do I mean by more? See, I used to believe that more knowledge, and by knowledge, I'm talking about books, right? The stuff that you would find in the self-help section at your local library or bookstore, for that matter, that would really, change my life. And I realized after several years of just pushing, doing more and more and more, adding more stuff to my plate, that more is not the answer. Right? I used to believe that I have to become a different person, that I'm unattractive the way that I am. And so what I started doing is, try to completely change the way that I was perceived by people. Well, and part of that was obviously, going to the gym, eating really clean, being super disciplined, just like working all day. And I mean, literally all day. There were, I guess, months where I just didn't take breaks. My break was sleeping, and then the next day, the same thing over and over, right? So I realized quickly that more is not the answer. That whatever we're trying to do here by reading all these books, by going to, I don't know, some sort of coaches, and I'm obviously generalizing here because that's not always the case. There are certain coaches that will literally point out the stuff that you need to focus on that really will make a difference. But then there are other coaches that, well, it's kind of, they don't know, right? They just tell you something to make money, and, well, that sucks. Because that way people make shitty experiences and they're kind of scared to, try new stuff and actually go all in when it matters. And so yeah, I guess the point that I'm trying to make is, instead of continually running towards the next thing from A to B, when you're at A, you're already looking at B. When you're at B, you're looking at C. When you're at C, you're looking at D, right? And it just keeps on going until your death, right? Why not stop for a second and really look at all the stuff that's going on in your life? That's actually something I wanted to tell my brother, or I might actually go tell my brother at some point, because he's so overwhelmed with his life. There's just so much stuff that he's focusing on, trying to do all at once, and really forgetting himself in the process, his own self-care, right? And part of self-care is actually looking at all the things that are running you that are not you, right? That's just stuff that basically you're conditioning from society, from your parents, whatever it is. And looking at these things and really understanding what's going on, and then letting a lot of that go. Because the energy that we expend on a daily basis to just keep all the inside of us instead of just like letting it go is immense. It's almost like, imagine you're running on 5% of battery your entire life. Now imagine you would just let go some of these things, and instead of 5%, it's going to go to 10, 20, 50, 70, maybe even 100 at some point. Like, can you even imagine what your life would look like and what it would feel like? Yeah. So more is not the answer. But before we can let these things go, we need to first see what's even going on, what we're holding on to. And that is a process, right? That involves meditation, shadow work, trauma release work. Like, a lot of traumas are actually stuck in our bodies. So there's so many things that we're holding on to that make us up, our story, who we think we are, our ego, right? that we're scared to let them go because they feel like it feels like you're ripping out an arm or a leg. It's part of you, but it's not. So the lesson here for today is let more go. And when do you know you're not letting go? You're resisting stuff, right? Life is happening. It's a constant flow of things that are happening. And it's up to you to decide if you hold on to stuff or if you just let it be, let it flow, let it move through you. So many times for me, I notice resistance, especially in my stomach, right? It's like a knot that kind of becomes tighter and tighter when I'm resisting the flow of events. It's like imagining things are just passing through your awareness, right? Passing through. And then what you do is like, you're like, no, f this, I'm going to hold on to this, right? Let's say a thought or whatever. And then it kind of becomes bigger and bigger because there are other connected thoughts to that. And it becomes like this spiral, right? And it's like 10 minutes later, you realize, oh my God, how did this all start? And you come back and you realize, whoa, I just went on this crazy detour of thought, right? And you were not present during that time. So the bottom line is to become more free, right? To experience more freedom in your life, more life satisfaction, more presence with what already is. And that includes feeling better about the things that you have or that you don't have, right? Because the comparison becomes less and less important, right? You feel more comfortable with who you are, with what's already there, like liking yourself more. Obviously, the ultimate goal is to love yourself, really, truly, unconditionally, but that's for another time, right? That requires a lot of work. And yeah, let more go. Really look at the stuff that's going on in your life. Like sit down and just don't do anything and just notice what comes up. Because there's so many, oh, my parents, oh, my this, oh, my boyfriend, oh, my girlfriend, right? So many things that just pull you away from the present and just cause you to be unhappy. So hope that triggered you a little, or at least caused some sort of food for thought, some pondering maybe. Because ultimately, the goal of these videos is actually to leave you more confused, more doubtful. I want to increase your doubt. I want you to question all this. Right? Don't just fucking gobble it up like it's coming on a silver platter and you just, oh, right? Like, no. That's what they want you to do. So you got to start, thinking critically and question everything. And that's a process. So thanks for sticking around. Hit that like button, smash that subscribe button, and I'll see you in the next video.